Hello everyone, this is the prophetic nurse and I am making a video. The best place to do it today is at work, so I'm sneaking to make a video while I got a little time. But on Wednesday, this past Wednesday, which would have been Thanksgiving Eve, I got up, went to work. Well, I got my daughter to bed, which is my 4-year-old. Went to work as normal, came home, like literally as soon as I put the key in the door, she was waking up, coming to the door. And I tried to get settled in, take a shower, lay down, because I had to get up and cook. So sometime while I was asleep, she's like, "Mom, what's an outer space?" And I'm like, "An outer space? Like, what are you talking about?" So I must have mumbled something, I don't remember, because I was sleepy. So then when I got up after a couple of hours, she was just like going through the house as she normally does, playing with toys and stuff. So my oldest daughter says, "Yeah, Mom, she was up in the middle of the night and she was crying and she wouldn't go back to sleep and she was knocking on my door." And I'm like, okay, if she wakes up in the middle of the night, which is very rare, I can say maybe once a year, every blue moon, it's not rare. She always sleeps through the night. So I'm trying to take another mini nap. And she says again, "Mommy, what's an outer space?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? What's an outer space? Did you watch something?" And I really try to monitor what she watches. And she's like, "Oh, no." And I'm like, okay, I dozed off again. So then I got up to start cooking, just cleaning up or whatever. So as time went on, the evening came, and I was getting ready to go take another nap because I had to get up and do some school work. I was going to be up all night. So a thought came to me, and I believe it's the Holy Spirit reminded me of a blog I read last year, and this was from he's a missionary by the name of AUGUSTO PEREZ, and he is from Cuba. He was born and raised in Cuba. I found out about him through Prophecy Club, which is a ministry here in Texas, and I think they started out like back in the mid 90s with just stuff that we wouldn't regularly hear about in attending a regular church, you could say. So over the years, they've had speakers that had, supernatural encounters and things going on with alien disclosure and all of that, different, guests. So I went on his blog last year that I read, and he was like he didn't believe in UFOs and this and that until he actually seen one with his own eyes. And he said he was in Miami at the time, and he said he was outside with his son, just in the evening, the sun's going down, just a normal night. He says until he seen this spacecraft. And he was like he couldn't believe it because he's never believed in it until he's seen it. And I'm just summing up what he put on his blog, but I'll have to put the link in the description box if you care to read it. So, and I always remembered that. I'm like, that's interesting because even growing up, you've always heard people that said they had this alien or UFO sightings. I used to be like, oh, people are crazy. So, remember in Texas when we had that dark winter in February when we got that snow? So in my area, we had rolling blackouts, which meant that the power was out, but every 45 minutes it would kick on, maybe stay on for 45 minutes and it would go back out. So, we had candles, flashlights, we had food, so we were good. So I got up in the middle of the night. It had to been, early in the morning, around 3:45, and looked out the window for no reason. Something my grandmother used to do, right? When I thought old people were crazy. They weren't crazy. They knew something was going on. So I got up to look out the window at 3:30, 3:45 in the morning. I seen this bright light right outside my balcony door. I'm like, it wasn't a plane. It wasn't the night lights that we have in the complex where I live. Like, man, that light is just shining. It was awfully bright. It was not moving. So I said, oh, let me take a picture of this. When I took a picture, I didn't look at it right away. So later on that morning, I didn't realize that it didn't come out. And I'm like, what is that? So then this happened like maybe 5 nights in a row during this time that the power was on and off. So then the next night I said, I'm going to record it. Now, unfortunately, my phone has gotten stolen since then. So I had the video in my phone where this light was just shining. It was not moving. It was not a plane, and it was not any regular aircraft that we know of. It was just suspended in the air, and I began to rebuke it and pray like, I don't know what this is, and what are they watching, and what are they looking at. This was in February this year. Fast forward to March of this year, it was me, my daughter, I have a 15, she's 15 now, and her play cousin were gonna spend the night. So it was a Friday night. We just came back from getting pizza, gonna, let the girls chill out. And it was when we got out the car, we seen this bright light in the sky again. I said, light is here again. I said, this is something that is monitoring us. I said, I don't care if people think I'm crazy. I don't care. So my daughter recognized it too. She's like, Mom, look at that. I said, what is that? I said, I seen this a couple of months ago. Now, you know how clouds are moving in one direction. When we look up, this light is shining bright. We had to been looking up for about 10 seconds. This object or whatever it was moved in another direction, away, like we spotted it and it decided to move. My daughter ran in the house like, Mom, I don't know what that is. I said, me either. And then it happened again. She didn't know I recorded it. This might have been, let me go back. It might have been March again. I don't have the phone anymore. But, and I seen this object again, just suspended, not moving, a bright light. I said, this is something abnormal. So then fast forward to the dream. My daughter kept saying, she's like, Mommy, what is in outer space? And she said it with such authority. I said, what is going on? So then I tried to lay down again. Her father was about to call to do a video chat with her. So I'm holding the phone. I'm sleepy, so I'm dozing off. And in my sleep, I kept hearing the word podcast three to four times. I'm like, podcast what? So when I got up, she said it with such authority, like she was irritated, I guess, with me because I guess because I wasn't paying attention. Now, that was my fault, but I was really tired. She says, Mommy, what is an outer space? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Did you have a dream or something? She's like, yes, the aliens came. I'm like, what are you talking about? I said, this is why she was up in the middle of the night. She had a dream and she was up crying. I wasn't there. And my daughter, 15, she's in her room, not paying attention. I mean, like not paying attention to what she's trying to tell her. And I guess my daughter wasn't able to really express it. So my other oldest daughter didn't ask either. So I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm like, come in, sit down and tell me what happened. She's like, Mommy, their plane crashed in this house. The ground cracked open. And I'm like, oh my Lord. She said the aliens were here. I'm like, what do you know about aliens? Like, did you see something on, well, she has, those little Amazon Fire tablets. I bought that like 2 years ago. She's like, no, the aliens were here. They came from outer space. And I'm like, this is what she keeps talking about, outer space. Sorry if I'm whispering, I'm at work. People really think I'm a lunatic. So she's like, Mom, they came from outer space. The aliens. Their plane crashed on the floor. And she kept pointing at the floor. The plane crashed on the floor. It was a crack in the floor and these aliens got out. And I'm like, and then what? She's like, I was trying to help them fix their plane, but we know it's aircraft, but she knows, plane. She's 4. I tried to help them and they tried to give me this green slime. I'm like, slime? She's like, yeah, they tried to give me this slime. I'm like, how many was it? She said, well, it was 4. She said 4 families. I know she meant a family of 4. And she said, they tried to give me the slime, and I told them, no, I don't want it. I said, well, what did they look like? She said, they had these things on their head and 3 eyes or something. And she said, I said, what did they say to you? Were you scared? She said, they asked me where my mommy was. And then she woke up. So that's why she was up in the middle of the night crying. So we know in the Bible it talks about fallen angels. This child had a dream about fallen angels, and she was dead serious about it. Now, she said it one time, again, maybe Saturday. She hasn't said it anymore because I had to sit down with her and ask her, like, what are you talking about? So then Sunday, which was just yesterday, well, still today because it's still the 28th, I'm at the computer doing some work, and she's like, oh, the earthquake. I'm like, what does she know about an earthquake? Like, she's saying things that you wouldn't think a 4-year-old says. She's like, yeah, it was an earthquake. I'm like, an earthquake? She said, oh, yeah, I had a dream about an earthquake. She said, the ground was shaking, and I had to go hide up under the kitchen table. So I wanted to share that. Remember, the government was supposed to have been doing an alien disclosure this past summer. And what happened to that? So, of course, they know something they don't want us to know. But, yeah, I wanted to share that. And when I was trying to put it together, I said, what verse could go with this? Because I'm like, I don't know. And it came to my mind. The Holy Spirit reminded me, that's Acts 2:17, in the last days where, was it young? I don't have it in front of me, but how young men would have dreams and visions, and your daughters will prophesy. Well, both of them are always having dreams and visions, like all the time. My oldest daughter, I try to get her to write them down. She doesn't always do it. But yeah, I really want to share that, so with those that have eyes to see and ears to hear, that's what's going on. I hope you share this video, and I'm going to include a small video of her talking about it. It's about 2 minutes long, so I'll be back with another video, hopefully. I have many more to upload, but they take so much time, and I'm in school and kids, Okay, duty calls, gotta go. Thank you for listening.